Friends, everyone is wondering when, oh when, will the Haunted Mansion reopen? And even though no one knows for sure, I do believe that there are some signs that will give us a clue. Will it be open when you come here this fall for your Halloween trip, your annual fall rituals? Today, let's break down how we'll be able to tell when the Haunted Mansion will reopen, and will it make it for this Halloween season. And with Oogie Boogie Bash having more nights than ever this year, do you know that basically during the Halloween season, Oogie Boogie Bash will happen every other night? The Halloween season this year at Disneyland starts earlier than ever. It'll be here August 23rd, which is about 3 months from right now. But because there is a major lack of Halloween inside of Disneyland, so will the mansion be ready to rip when Halloween starts at the Disneyland Resort? Brickey here, that's what we're breaking down today. So first, let's talk about what I can almost guarantee you will not be done by the beginning of Halloween. And that is Madame Leota's gift shop. They haven't even really started it yet. And the new expansive queue and the editing of Magnolia Park. I don't believe any of that will be done or even has a chance of being done by the time Halloween starts at Disneyland. And for a little context, in case you don't know exactly what's happening, this area over to the left, formerly Magnolia Park, is being divided into two. The left side or east side of Magnolia Park will end up becoming more seating for New Orleans Square. And then over to the right will be an expanded queue for the extra popularity that the Haunted Mansion has grown in its 50 years of being around. The expanded queue will offer more storytelling while also promising to clean up the streets of New Orleans Square with the huge overspill that happens around the Halloween season. And then over on the far right side or the far west side, that will be the area that will become an exit through the gift shop, where Madame Leota will have a shop set up inside of a carriage house. And the big reason why that will be there is to block out the view of Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Therefore, when you get off the Haunted Mansion, you'll still feel like you're inside of that world and not instantly thrown into the new next door neighbor. So in case you've been underneath a rock, that's what's all happening. But I can guarantee you, these projects are long-term. It's the Haunted Mansion that we're focused on for that date that's coming up in just 3 months. But here is one of the signs. There will be a major lack of Halloween inside of Disneyland if the Haunted Mansion doesn't come back. Mickey Pumpkin, some decorations, and that's about it. Meaning that half of the Halloween season, if you came over to Disneyland and there's no Haunted Mansion, there's really no Halloween during the Halloween season. Which would mean on the Oogie Boogie nights, which would be half of the Halloween season, if you came over to Disneyland that night because you didn't buy a ticket for Oogie Boogie, you would barely have any Halloween at all to celebrate inside of the park during the most popular season of the year. I don't think they're gonna let that happen. Let me explain. So when this construction project started back in January, they were already in demo mode while the mansion was still operating, getting an early as possible jump on it, which to me says they wanted to get everything ripped out as quickly as possible, giving them as much time as possible to work on one major thing, the interior. So I believe if you keep an eye on the construction phase of the Haunted Mansion, you'll start to see something really soon developing on its exterior. 3 temporary walkways. A temporary walkway that will take us up to the front of the mansion, a temporary walkway that will bring us back out, and another temporary walkway for the emergency exit over on the far side, which would then give Disney the ability to let the Haunted Mansion operate even while the exterior isn't completed. So yeah, it'll be a little sloppy and a little nasty and a little grungy, but you'll still have a Haunted Mansion, even though at night they'll be working on all these projects and even possibly sometimes on the other side of these temporary walkways. However, this is the news that some of you don't want to hear. I guarantee you when it does open back up, Nightmare Before Christmas, because when they closed it back at the beginning of the year, it was already set dress for Nightmare Before Christmas, and then they closed it. and there would be absolutely no reason to go in there and change it all over just for a couple of weeks. In fact, I believe Halloween has started earlier this year to co-align with when they anticipate that this will be ready for us to come back inside, because Disney is seriously short on attractions on the west end of Disneyland. With Tiana not being ready till probably around somewhere in the fall, I'm guessing November. Disneyland needs the mansion back for overall capacity and for guest satisfaction, but it really needs the mansion back for the Halloween season, which is one of their most popular, most profitable times of the year. And even though you may not be a fan of it, a big part of that is Nightmare Before Christmas, holiday overlay of the Haunted Mansion. That's what's sitting in there right now. That's will be there when we walk back in August 23rd. And it will stay there until the new year. So yes, it will be over a year without the traditional Haunted Mansion, but it's only going to make it sweeter when it comes back. So with Oogie Boogie Bash happening more than ever, and half of the nights of Disneyland, guests in here don't have the ability to go over to DCA, it is very important that this comes back. But I think they're doing everything that they can to make us get in there for the Halloween season, but I'm going to forewarn you, it's probably not going to be pretty. And honestly, I would be absolutely shocked if this prediction doesn't come true. You can't have a Halloween without the Haunted Mansion. You can't have a Halloween with Oogie Boogie taking up half of the evenings of the Halloween season. They desperately need more rides in the park right now, and they will desperately need a reason for people to come out and celebrate Halloween. And I think this earlier date co-aligns with that's when they anticipated they'd be able to get back into the mansion and give everybody what they want. More Haunted Mansion, more attractions inside of Disneyland. And then as far as the shop and the park goes, I think the timetable for that could be some point next year. And when you look at the construction, it's just kind of moving things around. I don't see a lot of that being done right now. So I think right now it's all focused on that interior so we can get back in there for the season. Hopefully I have given you some of the news that you wanted to hear. I know traditionalists want to see the classic mansion come back. I'm just happy for any Haunted Mansion or any attraction to reopen. And I personally, I love the Nightmare Before Christmas. I don't think that it's here too long. I like things to be seasonal and to change up. So I'm just excited that it's coming back. So there you go, friends, some predictions about the Haunted Mansion. I hope that I'm right and that this all works out the way that it does. And when you come here this Halloween season, that you have the mansion. But I mean, how could it not, you know? How could they call it the Halloween season at the Disneyland Resort without the Haunted Mansion, especially now that Oogie Boogie's taking over 50% of the Halloween nights? That's getting wild. All right, friends, thank you so much for showing up and watching another video. Little quick one. I'm off to Las Vegas for the licensing show, but I wanted to put together a quick video because I just saw people getting sort of nervous, and then I also saw people predicting weird and wild things, and that's when I like to do what I always want to do. I'd like to be the voice of reason, always looking at Disneyland's past so we can better predict Disneyland's future. I appreciate you showing up. And hey, if you trust me and you believe in me, why don't you watch something out of my Haunted Mansion playlist? These videos will give you more context, more love for the mansion. If you're missing it and you trust me, hit play on this playlist. I promise you, one of these videos will teach you something new about the Haunted Mansion. Thank you so much for showing up. I appreciate you.